Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to share that this was my first time out of 16 years, and I've been in the district for 27, but my first time visiting Yale as a part, well, Yale, and then as a part of Y&I and TIP. Um, I was in a reflection mode, one, as a district leader. What is my role here? Not just in what does this mean to the district, but how am I supporting over 500, 700 teachers that have gone through this program, and although it receives district support, you don't see it evident at a district level. So I had to reflect on what is my purpose here. I want to share too that I learned a lot from our teacher representatives and Edward as they explained the process, the development of the curriculum units, their enthusiasm, their motivation, and the purposeful work that they are completing right now and will continue to complete. One of the questions that one of the teacher representatives asked when we were in our team meeting was, what is it about the content that will enhance the growth and encourage teachers and students to learn in different ways? I don't know if that was my question or theirs, but what the comment was from them, and they said it really comes, it's the content that they learn, but it really comes, the learning actually happens when there's interaction between the professor and the teachers. That is where the deep learning occurs. So we're modeling practices here at Yale and at the local level, practices that will engage, encourage, and motivate people to learn, build their cognitive and intellectual capacity, and then those teachers are actually modeling and implementing in their classroom. So that was a reflection for me. I'm gonna say sold, and I own the work because I have a heavy emphasis in my leadership on social justice. That illuminated through units, it illuminated through the conversations, and now I'm gonna add environmental justice to the work because that really piqued my interest, not just STEM, but what does STEM mean as it relates to us as human beings, and how are we being ethically and morally responsible in the field of STEM is what I took away. Lastly, the local plans. What is our accountability? As the Chief Academic Officer, I'm the right person to come, right? So that I can make all of these promises, right? So what I did share was that we have a series called Digging Deeper series. It is after school professional learning, not professional development, professional learning, where teachers have to attend 2 to 4 sessions and commit to that. The work is around content area, but digging deeper in developing the craft of teaching, not just the what do you have to teach according to scope and sequence. I did commit to to TIP being a part of the Digging Deeper series, where we will work together to determine which units what content and which units they will facilitate learning with other teachers in a 2 to 4 session series. We also talked about incorporating, this is where we've been for at least 2 years, incorporating the TIP and the Yale units in the curriculum units, scope and sequence, and on our website. It's one thing for me to come to sessions, come to the events, but and as a district we support it, but if you look on our website, you don't see it anywhere, right? So it's like, how are we maximizing, and I'm gonna say, quote unquote, capitalizing on the work that is happening in our district and the professionalism in the value of our teachers. We also talked about the collaboration with the TIP writers and the curriculum leaders and curriculum specialists. I talked about this a little bit when the district leaders met, because it's meshing two pedagogical perspectives and I'm gonna say territories together, so that it's for the benefit of our children. And then we talked about how the TIP fellows and teacher representatives, I'm still getting used to the language, can visit each other during the school day, sort of like a clinical model so that they can provide feedback and encourage each other through their process. At a higher level, we were talking about how to engage our superintendent. We have a new superintendent, how to engage the superintendent in this work as he is completing or beginning a strategic plan, and he just completed his transition plan, and elevating that with what is the condition that we're trying to solve. Not necessarily the problem, but what is the condition we're trying to solve? What is the background information? What is the proposal, which is to continue the work and implement it in the district-wide, and what are the implications, limitations, and benefits of the work, so that he has that as he collaborates and meet with other leaders in Philadelphia. Lastly, we have a 21st Century Schools model, and it was my request to ask that TIP participate in that. The 21st Century Schools model is a model that's not new, but we are focusing on neighborhood high schools where the majority of our children have challenges with the academic programming, challenges with attending school, and maybe some social-emotional and environmental challenges. And we themed the schools, and I think this is a great opportunity to focus on cross-curricular integration and align it to the themes of the school. I think that this is also a great opportunity. This is what came out. It's the holistic child. I am deeply concerned when we segment content and curriculum. And if you think about the student experience, we kind of tell them when English is over, close the book, you're going to math, with a disconnect. And if our goal is to be a through to our students' post-secondary outcomes, how are we, this is my essential question, how are we preparing them for a synthesis of information, opportunities for application, and developing their cognitive and intellectual ability throughout their day? And this program leads it to that. I know that was a lot, but thank you.